Guys, here we are getting ready to start the mixing. Here's how it goes down. I got some charcoal in the firebox. I'm just gonna go ahead, throw some lighter fluid on there, and we're just getting it started. Nothing crazy. All this lighter fluid, I know people hate lighter fluid, but all this lighter fluid is going to disappear. There will be no lighter fluid flavor. Trust me. All right, so we're gonna let this burn, and I'll show you what we got in terms of the setup. So this is the MMS 48. What we're gonna do here is open up the dampers. All right, dampers are open. We're gonna open the dampers on the sides. Let that fire really get rolling. Show you the inside here. We have 2 racks, 48-inch racks. We have a water box, water pan that's filled right now and gonna be flowing. Right now I'm just gonna shut it and let the fire go, and we'll be ready to add some wood. Fire's ready to go. I'm going with peach wood, strictly what I cook with. It separates me a little bit from what a lot of other barbecue guys do here. They typically don't use peach. Myron Mixon down in Georgia uses strictly peach. Sometimes I'll mix it with some post oak as well, some hickory if I want a little more smoke, but peach is awesome. So firebox is ready to go. Go ahead and throw a couple splits on there. I'll start with 2, let it get up to 10. You guys will see this mixing takes about, with a water pan, it takes about 45 minutes to get up to temp where I want it. That's 300, and create some really nice clear smoke, which is what you want. Right now we're sitting a little over 200. You can see how consistent this is in both zones, both sides. Temperature is right on point. All right, we'll be ready in about another 15-20 minutes. All right guys, let's talk bulk pork butt. I got 8 here. All right, so I'm gonna show you how I roll. We're doing this today for our service workers in the health industry. I'm cooking pork butt for them. I'm delivering tomorrow. These here are 8 boneless pork butts. Typically I do bone in, but what's nice about these is the bone's out and you can really get the seasoning throughout. So that is the nice part. So we're going with the binder first. Get both sides. Make sure you get the sides here and on the inside. I'll make sure I hit that with the rub as well. Today for these, I'm going with my friends at Tactical Calories. We're going with a honey habanero. All right, this is gonna be some good stuff. So check them out if you're looking for some new, different seasonings. All right guys, so I'm gonna be honest here. I typically don't use a ton on the bottom because it's a fat cap. I don't score it. I'm gonna go with a little just to get it nice and firm as it cooks. And I'm pretty much gonna be pulling that off as we go. But from the bottom, it's a little easier to season this inside portion here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. While I have it in this position. And this packet is going to be enough to season 8 butts, as you'll see. Now I also season after my cook, after I pull it, which you'll see at the end of this. I season before as I cook, and I also season after I pull it. More flavor. Really happy with how this Tacticalories seasoning turned out. These have been sweating for about 15 minutes or so. So they're almost ready to throw on the mixer. So here's the setup before I throw the meat on. You can see pork butt looks good. Again, boneless butts. I'm in trouble. I'm getting arrested for being out of quarantine, out of my house. Psych, just kidding. It's my boy McGovern. He protects the cause, so we're all good. He's gonna hang out and watch me cook from 6 feet away. We're staying away because we don't want to get the corona. So here we go up to 250. We're at 225 now, getting close. Now let me explain, you guys. We're looking at the water boiling. Once the water boils, that's when the temp's gonna fly. So a little bit about the hot and fast. You can see I'm rolling at about 300 degrees right now. I'm gonna temp these in a little bit. Hopefully they're gonna be around 165 for both the brisket and the pork butt. At that point, I'm gonna wrap them both covered with tinfoil in a pan. The pork butt with apple juice and the brisket, I'm gonna put a little bit of beef stock in there. And then I'll let it roll until they both get to around 200. All right, so we'll check back. Alright guys, so the brisket is sitting at about 165, so I'm going to go ahead, take that out. I'm going to move it over to the table, put it in the pan. I'm going to show you guys the process for the second half of the cook, wrapped with a little bit of beef stock. Some beef stock here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, a little bit, bottom of the pan, not a ton, but it's going to catch those juices as this finishes up. It's got all the smoke that it's going to get in these first few hours. So now we're going to move to the wrap, get one last good look. Nice and tight. And now we're going to wrap, put it back in until it reaches 205. Same thing with our butts. We're gonna take these. These are two about 8-pound butts. We're gonna go a little bit of apple juice in the bottom. Now remember, you're gonna get a lot of juice from the pork as it continues to cook. So don't overdo it, or else you're gonna end up with a pan that is going to overflow. And the last thing you want is grease all over your smoker or wherever you're doing it. I got a little split here, so I'm going to go ahead and double wrap it, and then we'll throw it back in. So there we have it. Step one is done, wrapped. Everything's at 165 internal. Gonna let it go for probably about 2 more hours and we'll be finished. All right guys, so that's the end of phase 1 of the cook. I now have 8 pork butts and 1 brisket all wrapped at 165, brisket with a beef stock and the pork with apple juice. All right, just a little bit, because there's gonna be a lot of juices that accumulate through the rest of the cook. And that's what's beautiful about the water smoker and wrapping, is you get all that juice and you keep it for when it's finished and you're ready to pull, chop, slice, whatever you want to do. It is hands down where all the flavor is, so you need to keep that. Just my opinion and the way I do it. So we've been 4 hours on this cook so far, rolling between 275 and 300, mainly 3. And we're gonna finish this up in about 2 hours. And that's gonna be a 6-hour cook start to finish. Put everything on around 11 a.m. An hour prior to that was firing up the smoker, getting it to temp. And now we're sitting, waiting, wrapped, and gonna get to about 203, 205. So this cook will be finished in 6 hours, and then we're gonna go ahead and rest, and I'm gonna talk to you about a little bit about how I do that. Resting is by far the most underestimated part of the cook. If you don't rest your meat, you could ruin the entire cook, so be ready for that.
I love barbecue, and my daddy's barbecue is the best.
So that's the cook. Everything is resting in the Cambros, getting even more broken down, more juice, more flavor. It's gonna rest for 4 to 6 hours before I come back out and pull and slice the brisket. I'm actually gonna chop the brisket. And I'm really hoping that these health service workers and helicopter pilots that I'm feeding are really, really gonna enjoy this. We owe them such a debt for everything that they're doing with the state of this virus right now. So appreciate you guys. I'll check back in when I'm ready to pull. Okay guys, so right now I am getting ready to head over to Jefferson Memorial Hospital. It's my local hospital here in my town where I live, and I'm gonna feed 50 health service workers. The hospital is gonna be eating brisket and pulled pork, along with some killer mac and cheese. This is what we need to do to support the people that are on the front line. Love you guys. Full video of this entire cook and deliveries is going to be on my YouTube page. I would love if you'd go and subscribe, as well as my Instagram. Go hit that follow button. Thank you for all the support. I could not do this without all of you. Thank you. I'm at my local hospital here, Jefferson, in South Jersey, and I'm getting ready to go in and feed 50 of our healthcare workers. You know what time it is. Let's go. Heading in now, deliver some kick-ass food.